Welcome to Heat Check. We're going to look at the top 10 highest selling vintage denim items over the last 2 weeks on eBay. This video is sponsored by WeBuyOldJeans.com. Alright, coming in at number 10, we have this vintage Carhartt Union-made Sanfordized selvage denim chore coat, or chore jacket, from the 1940s or 50s, and you can tell that we have the old heart and train logo, so this is definitely from that era. This one's sick. Let's see, look at those Carhartts. Not my favorite Carhartt button, but not bad at all. Let's take a look at some of these other photos. This thing is in great condition. I think maybe a little bit of like oil spot there or something like that. I'm curious if there's any exposed selvage, but they're not actually showing any here. That's a great picture. It's a much better picture. There's a button. There's a button we want to see. Yeah, look at that button. It's not, technically the heart-shaped buttons, but close enough. It's got the heart shape on it. Oh, and that one still has some color on it. Look at that. It's impressive. Though it's definitely hard to come by. This is definitely the button that didn't get buttoned as much or handled as much, which is a little odd that it's this far down. But yeah, there's definitely a spot there. Yeah, I don't see an exposed selvage, so I mean, all denim at this point was probably selvage, so nothing crazy there. But beautiful piece here. This one sold for $1,199.95. Next up, we have a Type 2. We have the 507, but this is not. This is a little bit different than what we normally see on here. But this is the wool line, so there's a blanket lining in here. Let's take a look quickly at the blanket lining right there. There's that blanket lining. I believe these were a little bit later, like late 50s, early 60s. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's the era for these blanket lined ones. I'm not sure that the earliest ones were blanket lined. But there's the yeah, see, it says 80%. I don't know if it says reused wool, but Troy blanket linings. The Troy blanket company was the one that most of the time was the vendor for the wool blanket here. But anyway, beautiful jacket. Big E, obviously. There are some issues with it. Clearly some distressing. Like the body seems okay, but the sleeves are pretty well torn up and pretty worn. Let's see if they give us a size small, 19 inches across, 38. Nothing we haven't seen before, that's for sure, but after 33 bids, this one sold for $1,212. Alright, we're going off the beaten path a little bit here because we do consider 90s denim vintage, and this one, we have the Karl Kani plum denim Tupac era hip-hop baggy outfit with pants. Normally two-piece items don't make the list, but since this is two pieces that are supposed to go together, I made an exception here. And no, I don't know a ton about Karl Kani. I mean, obviously, the hip-hop connection. I've sold a few pieces over the years, but this is pretty crazy. This thing looks like it's in complete dead stock condition. Baggy pants are obviously gaining mad traction right here and right now, which we're about to see in a moment. But this combination, probably perfect for this time and space and history, did sell for $1,499. Incredible. Then we have the 1950s Big E 501. Let's take a look at this one. The color on here is absolutely gorgeous. Yep, there is that selvage watch pocket, the hidden rivets, all kind of what we would expect to see. Big E, obviously, beautiful tag or a patch on the back here with at least the 501 XX in being able to be seen, not worn out completely. Obviously, this is a relic, or this would have been dated into the later 50s. But otherwise, a beautiful condition. Again, nothing we haven't really seen before, and this one sold for $1,500. So if you think you have a pair of jeans that might end up on this list, we recommend you check out WeBuyOldJeans.com. These guys are the best in the business. They can give you appraisals, they can help you with research, or they can make an offer on your jeans. They offer reasonable prices and great customer service. So we highly recommend our friends over at WeBuyOldJeans.com. The Carhartt madness continues. We have the J97 Crimson. We saw the peak prices on this, I think, on the last Denim Heat Check. They were topping out around $2,500. This one did not do as good, but you could not complain. This one's from 2001. Looks like it's in good condition relative to all the ones we've seen. It just says beautiful vintage condition, DM for questions. Not much of a description there. It doesn't need much of a description because even though they did not get $2,500 or $2,700 like some of the previous ones went for, this one still went for $1,500. All right, now for the first time ever, and I can't even really believe I'm saying it, we have the Y2K JNCO boxing glove baggy jeans. Made the heat check. These were originally listed for nearly $8,000. Let's take a look. Pretty cool. I mean, if this is your deal, if you're into JNCOs, this is one of the cooler ones that you're gonna find. Super baggy. Looks like they're in great condition. This like leather work that's on here, obviously, you know, I would be afraid this would have been washed out and peeled, but it's not. So that's pretty cool. So long, it's, you know, what, 38, 40 inches. It's gonna bag up great for you at 13 inches wide, or roughly that. Yeah, not gonna say much because I don't have a lot to say except impressive. I have sold a few JNCO jeans in the last few years for good amounts of money personally, but nothing like this. And as far as I can tell, everything looks like it went according to plan, and it's above board. This JNCO jeans, for the first time ever on the heat check list, sold for $16,000. Welcome, JNCO. All right, back to the good old stuff. We got the Levi's 1940s 501 XX, the hidden rivets, the minor jeans. Let's take a look. These are pretty roughed up, and if you read the description, it's clear that these were pulled out of a mine or some sort of relic of a mine, remnant of a mine. Clearly, these have been worn in a mine, and they actually, I mean, I think they look pretty cool. A lot of the whiskering is beautiful. Obviously dirty. You'd have to really be careful how you approach this and cleaning it if you wanted to get it a little bit cleaned up. I do believe there's some significant damage in the pockets here at least. I don't know if it goes all the way through. But either way, it looks great. We have the leather patch letting us know that this is a bit older. Obviously, we have a centered belt loop. Yeah, so beautiful. Yeah, it goes right through. Obviously can be repaired, but you know, maybe not. You may try it, you may not. You have to get someone who knows what they're doing. This one sold out of Colorado Springs. This one sold for $2,000, just what they asked for. Then next up, I am loving the variety we are seeing these days. We have had so far JNCOs, Levi's, we've had Carhartts. We are getting all over the place, and so it's nice that it's not just a Levi's party. But here we have the vintage Crown Denim Chore. We have that 4-pocket with the pencil pocket. That's pretty cool. This is pretty awesome. The Rag House Auction House. Interesting. Out of Phoenix, Arizona. This thing looks beautiful. Look at that Crown. Crown is an old one. I would guess this is probably 30s. It's my just sort of instinct, but I could be wrong. They were bought out at some point by Carhartt or something like that. Anyway, we got some exposed selvage. That's cool. Yeah, we got those laurel buttons. So maybe this is 40s, but I don't know. It's not wartime. But anyway, beautiful jacket. Either way, if you can date it, let me know in the comments below. I haven't checked with some of my more superior sources just to double check on this, but either way, it's beautiful. 32 bids later, this one sold for $2,830. Then at number 2, we have the 1954 to 1962 Levi's 501Z XX Big Z Every Garment Guaranteed. That's on the patch. This one, beautiful. Look at this pair of jeans. Wow, beautiful. 33 by 30, a great size. The condition is so intact. The patch here looks beautiful. That is hard to come by in such good condition. The off-centered belt loop too. Yeah, beautiful pair of jeans right here. V-stitch, you expect that. The zipper, Yeah, these were the zippered versions, the 501Zs. Yeah, excellent pair of jeans. I think this is a great deal. In fact, someone may have gotten a deal. I mean, the condition these are in and the size they are, seems like a pretty fair price here. After 21 bids, it sold for $3,575. At number 1, we have a newcomer, at least at the number 1 spot. I don't believe Payday has taken the number 1 spot, but here today we have a 1930s Payday chin strap. Brass button, honeycomb raglan shore jacket. The raglan part is just the way that these sleeves are sort of cut, the style. I love the wear on this is just absolutely beautiful fade. But they're saying pretty old. Let's take a look at some of these details. You can see it's got an NRA. And it has something to do with the NRA, like an NRA label on the inside. I'm not really sure what that's about. But there you can see that chin strap. Obviously, this chin strap, if you don't know, was an artifact of the early 20th century workwear. The buttons still have color on them. Absolutely beautiful buttons. Payday was part of the JCPenney's brand, at least later on. I'm not sure if it was at this point, but beautiful interior. Like, all in all, a good condition jacket. It says from a World War I veteran's closet. That's really cool. And it's got a lot of good information. They did a decent amount of research. But beautiful jacket. And at the number 1 spot, this one sold for $4,500.